Who or what do you think is controlling your life? The government is not controlling you. The economy is not controlling you. Why? Because if you think about it, in every economy, there are people who are making a lot of money. And in the best of economies, there are people who are still struggling. I remember in my real estate days, when the market was good and booming and like crazy, multiple offer everywhere, there were still real estate agents who had a hard time making money. And there were some real estate agents, no matter what the market looked like, even in pandemic, they always had deals. They always made money. So the market is not controlling you. The government is not controlling you. What is controlling you is your internal subconscious programming. I'm going to introduce you to this beautiful stick person, which is called the genie. This, Bob Proctor said, if you learn this concept, your whole life will change. This is most important things in life, guys, are simple concepts. And I have it here. Can you guys see my little stick person here? I want to start with something like, what is your, if you can put it in the chat, what is the language that you speak, your mother tongue? What is your mother tongue? Whatever your language is, your mother tongue, think about it. How much effort did you put learning your mother tongue? Nothing. You just learned it because you were a kid. No effort, right? Because you were a kid. And when we are born, our subconscious is wide open. Yes, so we all learned our mother tongue that we still speak, even though we move to other countries, maybe, and we're speaking different language the majority of the day. For me, for example, I speak English 90%, 80% of the time, but I still speak fluently Farsi. Why? Because I learned it when my subconscious was wide open. And now imagine you want to learn another language. Like, for example, for me, first of all, it takes so much time and it is so much harder. And after you learn it with so much effort and practicing and studying every day, if you don't use it after a while, you're going to forget it. It is not like your mother tongue, you learned it and you're going to remember it for the rest of your life. Why am I talking about this? Luis is here. He was my photography teacher. I had such a hard time learning Portuguese, and I was taking graphic design courses, which I love. I love art. I love photography. And it was such a hard period of my life because everyone else was from there and Portuguese was their language. And I had a hard time to communicate. Thank God Luis used to speak English. Yeah. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is think about how easily you learned your mother tongue when you were a kid. What else went deep into your subconscious mind with ease and is still there? And it will be there for the rest of your life if you do not intentionally change it. You want me to tell you what else? All your parents or grandparents, whoever brought you up and was around you since you were born till the age of 6 or 7, all of their programming, all of their thinking, all of their limiting beliefs about money, about success, about business, about relationships, about how hard life is, if there was drama in our lives, if there was limiting beliefs, there is so much garbage in our subconscious mind that we inherited, and they went deep into our subconscious the same way that the language went deep there with so much ease. And that programming is running your life still to this day, no matter how old you are. Yes, a lot of fear, a lot of limiting beliefs. And they inherited it from their own grandparents and their own grandparents. This is an ancestral programming. And a lot of it goes back to World War. So World War II created a lot of lack and scarcity in the whole world. And that programming, because no one taught us, not at school, not nowhere else, that we need to change that subconscious programming, that is still running the show. And it shows itself in our results in life. Yes, drama. A lot of us have that. We got it from our parents. They were either fighting or someone else was fighting around us. There was always some family drama. It's very rare that someone grew up in a family that was all abundance mindset, all flow, all loving, all ease, teaching you that money just flows. Lot of subconscious programming. So before I get to Secret Genie and talk about that subconscious programming, and this is designed by a holistic doctor in 1930s. And this is a very deep concept. First of all, I want you to bring your pen and paper if you haven't yet, except people who are driving, obviously. Well, I want you to take notes. Yes, some people thrive on drama because it's part of their system. Because we always thrive on what we are used to, even though we know it doesn't benefit us. You know what some people thrive on? Money being up and down, making money, losing money, making money, losing money. Some people thrive on money always being tight because that's what they are used to. Their system is used to that. Bob said 95 to 97% of people, they don't know how to think. They don't know how to remove their limiting beliefs, and they are suffering. I honestly believe it is not more like 99% of people. We are not supposed to live with lack and scarcity. There is no lack in this world. There is abundance of money. I talked about it yesterday. There is an abundance of money in your hometown, in your branch, the bank branch in your area alone, millions of dollars. Why isn't it not in your bank account? Only one reason. There is some limiting programming in the background that we're going to remove. We think in pictures. Whenever you think about something, a picture of that thing comes to your mind. And because we don't have a picture of the mind, that's why we cannot work on our mind. And it makes it so hard. And people go to therapy sessions for months and for years and nothing changes because we think in pictures and we still don't have a picture of the mind, which is what is controlling our whole life. So he came up with this concept. He came up with this concept of the mind. So the big circle here is your mind. These 5 antennas are your 5 senses. What are our 5 senses? Hear, smell, see, taste, touch. We are connected to the world around us with these 5 senses. The big circle is the mind. The top part is the conscious mind. The bottom part is the subconscious. Now, we know that there are so much more parts to the mind. It is not that there are 2 parts. But Dr. Thurman Fleet said, in order to understand the mind and to change our programming, we only need to understand these 2 parts, conscious part and subconscious part. And the little circle is our body. The conscious mind is our thinking mind. It is our educated mind. It is all where all the information that you gathered in school about your business, about your job, information goes here in the conscious mind. Now, what is the subconscious mind? The subconscious mind is where our programming is, our paradigm that comes from our childhood. So when we were a child, when we were born until the age of 6 or 7, we didn't have the top part. We didn't have the conscious mind. We could not accept or reject ideas. A baby cannot accept or reject any idea, especially the first year, year and a half, 2 years of our life is where the subconscious is wide open, and any idea that our parents are thinking about, not even talking about, thinking about, we feel the energy, we feel the vibration, everything goes deep into our subconscious mind. The same way that when they talk to each other, our parents or our caregivers, we heard the language, it went deep into our subconscious mind, and that is why we learned the language that we learned. And the subconscious and the programming is what causes our body to behave, act, have different habits. And it is through actions and habits and behaviors that we create different results. So where does our result come from? Our results come from taking actions. We take actions based on our subconscious programming. That is why there are so many people in this world full of knowledge, education degrees, university degrees. I know doctors and lawyers, some of them, not all of them, doctors and lawyers who are financially struggling. All the knowledge and information goes to the conscious mind. That is why there are so many people in the personal development gathering information, coming to these programs, watching YouTube videos, reading books, reading Think and Grow Rich, watching the movie The Secret, gathering. And because they don't know how to change the subconscious mind, their behavior doesn't change, their actions don't change, the programming don't change, the results don't change. So it is the subconscious that Bob calls it paradigm. It is multitude of programs in your subconscious, your belief system that is controlling your life. Nothing else. Not your family, not your partner, not your government, not the economy. It is your belief system that is controlling your life. Someone messaged me a few days ago. Let me see if they're here. They're not here. And they wanted to be here. So I don't know why they're not here. They messaged me and they said that they believe because of the economy, because of the situation, because of being in a poor family or being from a poor family, they cannot change things. So they are letting the circumstance, the family circumstance, being from a poor family or being from a third world country affect their results. I'm even gonna challenge you to think that even if you are living right now in a third world country, I don't know if anyone's here watching it from anywhere else and in the world, that there is not much like the same way that is in North America, you still, if you learn how to change your subconscious mind and to work with the laws of the universe, you can absolutely change your life. Why do I say that? Because I am a proof of that. I am from a third world country. I'm from Iran. My whole family still lives back home, except my sister. It's I love my country, but it is a horrible situation. And I'm from that country. But I always had a dream, and my dream has changed so much. Thank you, EJ. And I'm not saying this to impress you. There's nothing, absolutely nothing special about me. We are all the same. Our essence is spirit. Bob said our spiritual DNA is perfect. There is perfection within each and every one of us. It is just covered by some virus codes of wrong programming from our parents, and they didn't know better. Even today, I talk to some of my family members and they still say, oh my God, it's so hard to make money. It's so wrong programming, limiting mindsets. Your life can change. The universe can move you even from one country to another country. The universe can shift things in your current business or move you to another amazing, fulfilling business. Be open to miracles. Be open to things shifting and changing for you. Expect radical change in your life. Don't expect incremental change. Quantum changing, quantum leaping, quantum physics is real. It is science. We can literally quantum jump our results. You don't need step by step. This is what we learned at school. This is another programming. We've been programmed that success comes from step by step, going up the ladder. No, you can jump. How? By changing your consciousness, by changing your awareness, by studying your mind and understanding what is that subconscious programming that is running in the background, by getting help from a mentor. No one really honestly can make shifts in their life, specifically permanent shift and change, without the help of a mentor. We all need someone who looks at our blind spots and hold us accountable. I'm going to bring one of my clients tomorrow. She's been with me only for 2 months and she's a real estate agent. She's already getting so many amazing, beautiful results. It's incredible. And I'm bringing another one of my clients. She's a therapist. She's seeing so much amazing results in her business and clients after studying thinking into results with me for 6 months. And these are just to share with you what is your next step. The only person that can change your life, I cannot change your life. The only person who can change your life is you. You make a decision. You made a decision to be here today. You made a decision to watch the recording if you're watching it. Let's move on. So just remember how you learned your mother tongue and the language that you learned, how easy it was because your subconscious was open, and how hard it is as an adult now to learn a language. And that makes it clear for you to understand it is the same as all other programming. So it takes time, it takes some persistence, and it takes accountability. And you need to have a coach and a mentor. You can do it on your own, sure, you can, but it takes much longer. And I don't want these comments here. This is not about me being gorgeous. It is about me helping you guys. If you're not here to learn and change your life, please leave. Otherwise, I have to block you. Someone just sent me a direct message saying that you're gorgeous. I'm not impressed by these comments, and I get these comments all the time on other social media platforms. I am here to help you improve your life. Forget about people's look. There is much more meaning in this life. Okay, he left. Great. People think that, I don't know what they think, but it doesn't make me happy or anything at all. I'm just, if anything, it makes me sad because I'm like, do you even hear what I'm sharing with you? So the stick person, Bob said, if we understand this and whenever you take an action, whatever action that it is you're taking, understand that your actions are coming from your subconscious beliefs, not what you consciously learning. And the subconscious needs to change. And it takes some practice to change the subconscious. And one of the most effective way that I have learned in my life, taking so many different programs and coachings, is through thinking into results, the 6 months program. And if you want to learn more about that, you're more than welcome to book your Zoom call with me anytime.